Hi, everybody. I'm Tori.
I'm Courtney, and we're your bitch bag friends.
And look, we've been avoiding this topic all season. We've hardly brought it up, but now we're having we're having an entire episode devoted to our girl Taylor Swift. We're both dressed for the part. Courtney's got her Taylor crew neck on. I don't know if you noticed, but I am wearing all black and I am drinking out of my Reputation mug. And we're talking about Taylor Swift and what she has and has not been up to for the last couple months. Most pressing thing, I think, is the AMAs and all the fuss that was caused for absolutely nothing. Should we start there?
Yeah, I mean, let's go. That's what everybody's talking about. Let's do it.
All right. So Taylor left a not so subtle hint on her website that spelled out AMAs, AMAS, and so everybody was like, something's happening at the AMAs, probably Reputation announcement. And then the AMAs happened, and not only did Taylor not go, but they sucked.
I heard they were terrible. Like, usually you see clips on your For You page of, like, you know, hot things that happened, and I haven't seen a single clip. So it must have just been bad enough that it's not even trending.
Yeah. Which is crazy, because earlier today I looked up some clips. I just typed in Taylor Swift AMAs, and there were like 4 different really amazing performances by her from previously in her career. Mm-hmm. And then there were just a bunch of clips of people making fun of this year's award show and how nobody famous went, none of the winners went, and all they could get were like low level celebrities and like old, like Rod Stewart, like people who aren't really like in their prime anymore.
So did you see the reel I sent you this morning about like she was hinting for us to watch the AMAs and she did not show up on purpose, basically to be like, fuck the AMAs, which I don't know if I believe it. There's a chance she's like, what are they talking about? I am not hinting to the AMAs at all. Always a possibility. But it was like, I didn't really listen too closely, but the reasoning these people are giving is it sounds like political. Is that right?
That was my impression. Is they're like, it's owned by some
billboard, whatever.
It seemed like a little bit of a stretch to me, but they're like, it's owned by some conservative company, and she's like, we don't support them because, you know, we don't like their politics.
Whatever reason, if Taylor's beefing with the AMAs, she successfully left the entire world disappointed after the AMAs, which, like, maybe that's what she wanted. She wanted the AMAs to suck, and she knew that if everybody thinks she's going to be there and then she's not there, nobody's going to be happy.
Yeah. And well, in fairness to her, she wasn't the only person who didn't go. Like, Billie Eilish didn't go. I don't know who else is famous right now. Sabrina Carpenter didn't go.
Was Gracie Abrams there? I know she won. Was she new artist? Was that what Gracie Abrams won?
I don't know, but I know she didn't go. She wasn't there.
Okay, so she wasn't there, even though she won.
And yeah, it was just like a lot of people, I guess, like either didn't show up at all, or if they did accept an award, they did it like over FaceTime, and like. And like The Weeknd like has like this grainy bad picture of him with like not even a clean lens, and he's
thank you
for the award.
See, do we think just in general award shows are like out?
I think yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because
nobody fucking cares.
Everybody says that. Everybody, for example, I really like watching the Oscars. I've watched the Oscars like every year, probably for the last 20 years. And every year people are like, the Oscars suck. They're so out of touch. No one watches them. But I actually think the last like 2-3 years, it's becoming true. Like, I think like the award shows actually suck. A lot of people don't go, and they're becoming like more and more out of touch with normal people.
Well, it seems like speeches have become less of a thank you and more of like a soapbox. Am I wrong?
I think you're right. No.
And nobody wants to watch it. Nobody cares what you have to say.
Nobody cares about what a millionaire person that's never had a real job before has to say about politics.
Nobody cares. Exactly.
Yeah, so, but I do think, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I think the Oscars were always kind of like niche, like for people who really like films, but now they actually are like pretty, like the awards show itself is pretty bad. And I think that's true for the AMAs too. It's like, maybe they weren't for everybody before, but now like they just aren't for anybody. They suck.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and they just had, who else was on there? Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani, who I know they're like, they're on that show, The Voice.
The Voice.
So they do, people like them, but they're definitely not like cutting edge. They're not like leading voice in American music.
Yeah. Well, so like maybe it's just being a millennial, but like we used to be able to turn on the TV and just flip until we found it. Now I'm like, I don't know where to watch the AMAs and I'm not going to Google it to find out. It's like, I don't have cable. Like we stream everything. So it's like, I don't even know where I could watch the AMAs and I'm not going to take the time to figure out how I can. Like, I just don't care enough.
Yeah. I have this problem basically for any live event that I want to watch.
Yeah. It's probably harder over there.
No, even at home, I'd be like, how do I watch a football game, or how do I watch the Oscars or whatever? Like, because you have to do like YouTube, and like sometimes you have to have a subscription,
yes,
or like you can watch it on Twitter. Some random things you can watch on Twitter.
It's almost annoying. Like, I'd rather just go back to basic cable.
Yes, agreed.
And as a parent, like my kids always pick out a specific show they want to watch, and I want to like. It must have been so nice for our parents to just turn on Nickelodeon. Be like, that's what you're watching for 5 hours.
Yeah, simpler times.
Simpler times.
Okay, Taylor didn't come to the AMAs. She's been basically MIA since... She did go to the Grammys in February, but basically MIA since then. And when do you think she's going to make another public appearance?
I don't know. So she has been like letting people see her in public. Okay. She was in Florida, and we know that. So
she was in Philadelphia for Mother's Day.
Yep. So... And we all know if she is seen, it's because she's allowing us to see her. So maybe she's easing back. I don't know. You would think for a reputation drop, though, she would do like the original where we didn't see her for a year. We didn't hear anything for a year.
Do you buy into that narrative that she's like reliving all the eras and now we're in the reputation era? And so she's hated and she's in hiding?
But she's not hated at this.
Okay.
Well, and I don't think she's in hiding. I think she's just taking a much needed break. That's what what I would be doing.
Yeah. Okay.
So but also we know she likes to plan far ahead. So who knows? I am done clowning.
Liar. I think it's, you know what? I'm going to say, I think she's going to come out soon.
Okay.
I think she's going to do something soon.
It's very optimistic.
And by soon, I mean before the end of June.
I think it would be stupid of her to not put out a summer album because we all need our summer music.
And you think Reputation is a summer album?
It is for me.
Yeah.
It's a year-round album.
I do remember whatever the first single was for Reputation. I remember that it dropped in August. Okay. Like, remember it very clearly. But I think the actual album came out in like October. She has a lot of October
I was going to say,
drops.
I think it is like a fall.
Yeah.
Because it's dark.
Okay, so you don't think she's laying low as like a symbol of like, I'm going back into my Reputation era?
No, I think she's laying low because she needed a break and because of all the Blake Lively shit.
And because she's in love.
And she's just trying to enjoy her hot boyfriend.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We support that. All right. Glad you brought up the Blake Lively stuff. Where are we at with that? They're definitely not friends anymore, right?
I would say they're not friends.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be friends with Blake.
She's a mean girl.
Sketchy. I love the theory that Scott is playing, what's the right term? Dad. He's being dad.
He's dadding the hell out of this situation.
He is dadding the fuck out of this situation.
I love it too. He's just protecting Taylor. He's not afraid to get stirred up in all the mean girl stuff. He's like, we'll leak some information on Blake. Pissed. I don't care. Yeah. He's like, Ryan Reynolds, F you. Like, we're done here.
Yeah. Well, so like, is it like official? Because it's gone through lawyers, right? That Blake was like, I'll leak 10 years of text messages with this girl if she doesn't tell the world that we're still friends or whatever she wanted.
I don't
or is it all just like hearsay?
I think it's official.
I mean,
it seems
gone through lawyers, right? There's proof, evidence.
Yeah, there must be.
Okay, so now Blake just looks stupid for begging for Taylor to, like, why would you even try that?
I don't know how, like, stupid isn't the right word. Like, delusional you can be to think that you could bully and manipulate Taylor Swift. Like, Blake Lively, I don't think she realizes that both Ryan and Taylor are like so much more famous than her. And that
without them, who is she?
and that well, even if Ryan Reynolds is like, and even Ryan Reynolds isn't even close to being as famous or powerful as Taylor. So like the idea that I feel like she thinks that she's like equals with them. I mean, as a person, yeah, whatever, we're all equals. It's beautiful. But like, But like in terms of like power and like I just don't understand like what hold she thinks she has over to be like, if you don't do what I want, I'm gonna leak our private personal text messages. Like, what a bad friend.
Yeah, we're like in the real world, if you want to make up with a friend, you call them. You don't threaten them.
Yeah, or if you don't want to make up with a friend, you know what you do is you share screenshots of your personal text messages.
Right. Exactly.
That's a sign that you're done.
Done.
Well, there's no
Get it
going
together.
back. There's no saving this friendship.
No, you fucked up.
Yeah, and then just I don't know, just to have it be like sometimes when these lawyers that get involved in like petty like friend stuff or personal, I'm just like, it must be so infuriating to be like so intelligent and so educated and so credentialed and then like get involved in a like petty dispute between these two rich bitches.
Like high school drama.
Yeah, you're like brokering this fight between these two rich bitches, and you have to be like, you could be doing so much more. You could be helping save the world, fighting world hunger.
You could be
like,
putting murderers in prison.
Instead, you're like helping work out the beef between Blake and Taylor. That's so dumb.
That is dumb.
But you are getting so rich. So good for them, I guess.
Make that money. Yeah. They're like, no complaints.
But I think the best argument that I've heard about this is that if Blake really was sexually assaulted or abused, harassed in any way by Justin Baldoni, Taylor Swift would defend her. And Taylor Swift would make sure that Justin Baldoni got put in prison or sent to France or something.
And she would not stop until he was
And wrecked. She would use all of the resources at her disposal to make it happen. But instead, she's not.
She said nothing.
She's like...
And Taylor saying nothing is very loud.
That's right. And so that just, I mean, that just tells me that the claims are not legit and Blake is being manipulative, and that's awful. You can't do that to people.
Batshit crazy is what it is. Delusional, like we said.
So do you believe the rumors that Ryan was mad that Blake had a crush on Justin?
I kind of do believe that.
I kind of did too. It adds up.
It does. It makes sense. Jealous husband, and she's trying to backtrack.
Yeah.
So she plays victim.
And it makes sense that they have. It seems like from the outside that they actually got along like okay. It seems like she was kind of pushy and bossy, but he was pretty accommodating.
Until they didn't.
And then one day it just stopped. And one day they were fighting.
And we hear it was after Ryan was on set. So the math is mathing.
Yeah. Does it remind you... Well, it reminds me of Carly Kloss and Taylor and Carly ending their best friendship.
Yeah, poor Taylor. Her friends suck.
And it's just, I think it's like friendship breakups are also hard, like not just romantic breakups. I feel for her, and I'm sure it's very hard for Taylor to find like a guy to date that's not just using her. But I bet it's also really hard to find friends that are not just using her. Yeah,
it makes you wonder about their entire friendship if this is the kind of person Blake Lively is.
Yeah. Did you? I saw a bunch of videos about her, like, because it's like highly speculated that she got with Ryan when he was still married to Scarlett Johansson. And then I also saw that she like sent a bunch of like naked pictures to Ben Affleck when he was still married to Jennifer Garner, like before that.
Did they ever date? Her and Ben Affleck?
I don't know if they dated, but they like worked together on a movie, and it did not help his marriage counseling. Yeah. And then I saw a clip of, I actually saw this today, and it was like Reese Witherspoon like giving an interview back, and it was just saying like a different time when like celebrities used to talk smack about each other in public, and it was like Reese Witherspoon being like, hey, you know, if you here's a tip, if you send naked pictures of yourself, just make sure your face isn't in it. Like,
I love her. Crop out your head.
And it was like a you know, a comment like towards Blake Lively, because it was like a thing that she had like sent a bunch of pictures to Ben Affleck. Oh my
gosh, like, I've never even heard that.
Like while he was married. I'll find it and send it to you. Yeah, different time, good times. And I love sassy Reese Witherspoon. I think it was like 2010 maybe. I don't know.
Bring back that kind of drama.
Yeah, people used to call each other out for stuff, you know?
Yeah, spicy.
So yeah, I hope Taylor gets a new best friend. I don't know. Maybe Kylie Kelsey. I don't know. She needs somebody on her level though. She needs somebody
famous. You know, she's got her mama. Her mommy's her best friend.
She does have her mom. That's true. You're right. Right. She'll be fine. She always lands on her feet. She's like a cat.
Yep. And she has her cats. What more does she need?
Too true.
Got her mama and her cats.
You know what else happened recently? The Handmaid's Tale thing.
Oh yes. So did the last episode air?
Yeah, it aired. I still haven't seen it yet. We don't have it over here, but it aired. But
it wasn't Taylor, because we would have heard by now if it was. You know, the stomping person. You can only see him from the back, and people are like, "It's Taylor." I'm glad it wasn't, because I thought I was gonna have to jam so many seasons of Handmaid's Tale.
How do you know it wasn't? It still could have been her. Maybe she just did it for fun. She likes the show.
If it's already aired, did we not ever see who that? Like, there was no reveal. I thought it was like a character we were gonna see in the last episode.
You know what? I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I just feel like if she was in it, we would know by now. But okay, you're right. Maybe the episode hasn't aired. But I think the episode that has the song in it has aired.
Yes. So I did end up sending you this show. I can't remember what it's called, but there was another show that had Look What You Made Me Do, and people speculated that it was Taylor's version. Mm-hmm. Something sounded different about this song. So people are like, oh, it's Taylor's version. But this one's definitely Taylor's version.
Yeah, agreed. Maybe all of the clues were just hinting at The Handmaid's Tale. And she was like, you guys are going to get a clip in The Handmaid's Tale. And then everybody was like...
so AMAs.
What if AMAs is like just in a different language? It just says like...
Yeah. Should we Google what... Translate amas. Isn't that a word?
Don't know.
Is that a Spanish word?
It's like, it translates to Handmaid's Tale.
Yes, it does. But wasn't she also hinting to the number 26, like aggressively? Everything was like 26% off or something. I don't know.
Everybody's saying that, and then everybody does the whole, like, it's 5
plus 5 is 10 and blah, blah, blah. That shit I can't do.
I can't with the numbers. You can make the numbers do anything.
You can make the numbers do anything.
Double them, halve them, times them by 3. You get whatever you want. And then add up all those numbers and you get 13. Yeah, I can't do that. So, yeah. But the 26 thing is compelling. It is compelling for the double album idea, but I don't know. There is no I shouldn't say there is no double album. But people have been speculating about the double album for like 2 years.
We've had multiple double albums. Right? We had Folklore and Evermore.
Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah, Tortured Poets Department. Are we still going? Or just all the... Now people are just going to be disappointed when she's like, sorry, this is just one album. We are needy. We are needy as a fan base.
We're very needy. I wonder if she's... I just love the idea of her like at home being like, no, wrong. Like watching all these theory videos and being like, that's so wrong.
You have to wonder if she gets annoyed by it. Like
she must.
The way, like, as fans watching other fans do all, like, the number thing is annoying. And even, like, I didn't watch too many videos about the AMA speculations because I was like, we are always wrong. We're always wrong. I'm not wasting my energy. It's wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. I would be annoyed if I were her.
Well, it makes it so, like, she probably feels the pressure to, like, give us these riddles, give us puzzles. Maybe she doesn't fucking want to.
Maybe she's like, you guys all need to get jobs.
Yeah.
And boyfriends.
She's like, get off the internet. My God. Put your phone away.
Yeah, I don't know. But I do feel like she's at least going to announce Reputation this year. I know I've been saying that for the last year and a half.
She hasn't made us wait. She like boom, boom, boom released some Taylor's versions. And then it's like, yeah, you're done.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my gut feeling is that Reputation's coming this year. At least the announcement is coming before the end of the calendar year. What do you think?
So. I'm not hopeful, to be honest.
I don't think she's gonna do Reputation and Taylor's version, Taylor Swift / debut at the same time. That's ludicrous, if you ask me. A huge loss of revenue there if you do that.
Yeah, I agree.
And she loves making money, and we love that about her. And I don't think we're gonna get a new original album until 2026 at the earliest.
And I almost wonder if she like doesn't want to let this era go, like the re-recording era.
Yeah.
Like maybe she doesn't want it to be over. It's such a big thing. It's such a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Did you hear the thing about, like, I don't know, Scooter, what's his face, Scooter Braun sold the music to someone else or is willing to sell it to her? And
why would she want it?
And I was like, yeah, if she buys it, then it's like,
isn't it already kind of worthless?
I think she'll, in the end, I think she will buy it. Mm-hmm. But I think she is going to make it worthless, and then she'll buy it because she wants it.
For
like
pennies.
for her point of pride. But if she buys it now, that would be dumb because
it's not done.
Then she'll just be like, okay, well, I guess I own all my music now.
Sorry, we're done.
So she's got to do Taylor's version for everything. Mm-hmm. But that would be funny if they were like, hey, she can have it for $1.
Yeah, I'd be like, nope, I'm taking it. I'll give you $2. Just kidding. I have a question. Does she have any singles that were never on albums that she doesn't own?
I don't know.
So, you know, she had like the Hunger Games single. Was that ever on an album? Safe and Sound, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Are there more songs like that? There's the Christmas album.
Like Christmas Tree Farm?
Yeah. Wasn't there an entire album, or am I wrong?
I think she had an EP of Christmas music, like from way back in the day. I also really liked, she did a song on that Miley Cyrus movie called Crazier, which is, I like that one.
It's a good one. It's a bop.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Do you ever listen? I listen to the Hunger Games soundtrack sometimes. It's actually pretty good.
What else is on it?
Well, the one with Songbirds and Snakes, the girl who plays Lucy Gray-Baird, I forget her name. She's in West Side Story. Rachel Ziegler, I think. She has a couple songs that are like original to the movie. And I think they're cool. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. All right. So are you, I don't know if she owns the singles. Are you generally hopeful? How are you feeling as a Taylor Swift fan? Are you hopeful? Are you discouraged?
I'm feeling discouraged and deprived. And I am not hopeful. And I will not be expecting anything from Dr. Swift. I'll just be here. And then when it happens, I'll be happy.
Okay. I think that's the way to avoid disappointment, which is good. Here's something else I was thinking about. Do you think she'll ever try to get back into acting? Do you think we've talked before about how
she did one movie, right?
No, she's done a bunch of movies.
Remember, was it called Valentine's Day or whatever? With Taylor Lautner? That's the only one I can think of. They're always bad. Like, the movies she's in are always bad. And, okay, she's in Valentine's Day. She was in The Lorax, The Giver. That doesn't count. That was just her voice, right?
Yeah. The Giver.
I don't even know what that is.
It was bad. I watched it.
Okay.
Cats.
Well, that's right. We don't speak of that.
Did you watch Cats? I
tried. Okay. I didn't make it through the whole movie. It was just too long. Like, if it was just the songs, I would have been fine.
Yeah. I tried to watch it on a plane once, and
terrible. Terrible.
I couldn't. I was embarrassed. The person next to me, I was like, don't judge me.
I'm a fan of the musical. Like, I grew up watching the musical on VHS, the Broadway, the London cast.
Yeah.
So the fact that I couldn't get through it, it's not good.
Yeah. Okay. I did like all the promos with her, like, dressed up like a cat and playing around with James Corden.
Yeah.
And, like, drinking milk and stuff.
I do remember being excited for the movie to come out and then hearing it was terrible and just not watching it until years later.
She's also in a movie called Amsterdam, which I liked, but wasn't that good. It kind of flopped. But she also gets hit by a car in that movie. Which,
holy shit.
Sorry, spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Holy shit. Does she die?
Yeah. But it's kind of funny because at the time she had 2002, she had a good amount of haters in 2002. That's when people
so they
started
probably loved it.
Yeah, that's when people started to be like, she was so popular that everybody was like, you know what? I don't like Taylor Swift.
Oh, right.
That's when all that started.
And this was probably her way of being like, you don't like me? Fine, watch me die. How do you like that?
Are you happy now?
Are you is this what you want? Fucking assholes. That's what I would do. You don't like me? Watch me die.
Well, I hope I could see her giving the movies another try, but we'll see.
Yeah, we got a little distracted for the actual question. It depends if she would be good at it. I think she knows her strengths and weaknesses. So if she thinks she's a good actress, I think she would try it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I really did think that something was going to happen at the AMAs. I guess we'll just go back to waiting and we'll be happy whenever she decides to give us something.
We'll just keep listening to the same 5,000 songs we have right now. Until next time.
Oh, you're so right.
Poor us.
All right. Anything else to add? All right, everybody. We're your bitch pack friends. Not clowning over Taylor Swift numbers.
Nope, we're done. Bye.